how to pronounce ʻvaɪə in British English. In this English pronunciation tutorial, I'm going to show you step by step how to pronounce the word ʻvaɪə in British English. I'm going to show you how to confidently pronounce the sounds that are in this word, including an unusual English triphthong. I'm going to show you how to stress this word, and I'm then going to show you how to integrate this word into your English speaking so that you can use it clearly and confidently every time that you want to use this word in English. If you want to speak English more clearly, more confidently, or even with a clear British accent, then you're in the right place, because on this channel, I'm here fighting for your confidence in English and showing you how to master clear and professional English pronunciation. Let's dive in. First of all, the sounds that are in this word, very simply, we've got the V sound, where the bottom lip vibrates against the top teeth, and then we've got the ʻiʔə triphthong. Let's focus on the ʻiʔə triphthong, okay? To start with, I want to make sure that you can pronounce the I diphthong, as in I am Michael. My name is Michael. I is one of the most important diphthongs to be able to pronounce clearly and confidently in English. And if you can't pronounce the diphthong clearly, then you're never going to be able to pronounce this triphthong clearly. So in a tutorial, which I'll link in the description or somewhere on the screen, I will show you step by step how to master that diphthong and then integrate it into your English speaking in phrases like I am or my name is. That's very important for being able to talk about yourself. But now, let's just look at the basics of that diphthong, and then we'll add the schwa sound onto the end to make it a triphthong. So what we need to know is I. We stress the first part of the diphthong. There are two sounds in this diphthong. We stress the first. I. The first part of this diphthong makes up 3/4 of the length. Okay, and in terms of length, the length of this diphthong is like a long English vowel sound. If you struggle with long English vowel sounds or diphthongs, I created a rule called the 2-second rule, which makes it easy for you to pronounce long vowel sounds and diphthongs with their correct length. The I diphthong should be pronounced as a long I vowel sound. Okay, let's just put these two things together so far and say ʻvaɪə. This is very important, because if you can't say this, then adding the third part of this triphthong onto the end won't make any difference. Okay, so let's go with this. ʻvaɪə. I call the I, A and OI diphthongs in English the smiling diphthongs, because essentially I. You can just make a big smile as you're making it, I. And that will help you to feel this diphthong correctly in your mouth. Now, what about the next part of this word? ʻvaɪə. All we very simply do is transition from the I to a schwa sound. A schwa sound is an unstressed, weak vowel sound. It's produced with very low force, very low volume, and it's lower in pitch. So let me put it all together now and follow along with me. ʻvaɪə. I hope you can see why it's important to be confident with the I diphthong first before you add the schwa sound onto it, because if the I diphthong is wrong, then the triphthong is also going to be wrong too. But I'm going to assume that you can make it, and like I said, if you need more help with I, watch my I tutorial below. Okay, so ʻvaɪə. In American English pronunciation, you might potentially hear this being pronounced as a ʻviː, but in British English, it's the ʻiʔə triphthong. Now, let's put this into a phrase so that we can see how to use it with connected speech and natural English rhythm. Let's say, I'll go via the shops. Okay, if I say I'll go via the shops, it means that I'm going to go to wherever I'm going to go in English, but I'll stop at the shops on the way. I'll go via the shops. Let me say it nice and slowly, as I would if I was speaking English at a natural speed, with connected speech and natural English rhythm. I'll go via the shops. 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 Okay, can you hear how I'm stressing the word go, which comes before via? I'll go via, I'll go via, I'll go via. So if you're going to use a word like go before the word via, via is going to be more unstressed, because unless you're intentionally pointing out that you're going via the shops, you're usually going to use this word with less stressed pronunciation, because the other words in the sentence will have more meaning. Okay, I'll go via the shops. Can you hear the difference between I'll go via the shops and I'll go via the shops? I'll go via the shops. The meaning of the sentence changes if I use I'll go via the shops instead of I'll go via the shops, all right? The second one is highlighting I'll go via the shops. If I put the stress on that word, I'm really stressing the meaning in that word, and then that meaning then becomes the main meaning in the sentence. So I'll say both ways to pronounce this word one more time with connected speech and rhythm. Follow along, and then it'll be your turn to practice. I'll go via the shops. 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 Can you hear how go and shops are the stress there? So just with those two words alone, you can get the meaning of the phrase, even if nothing else was in there. Go shops. We could probably guess what you mean. I'll go via the shops. Now let me give you the other way. I'll go via the shops. I'll go via the shops. I'll go via the shops. This way, if I just say via shops, you could probably understand that the meaning of the sentence is that you're making a detour to go via the shops. All right? One more time, and then I'll give you a very important bonus tip. I'll go via the shops. I'll go via the shops. If you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up. I'm here fighting for your confidence in English. On this channel, I'm posting videos all the time to get you feeling more confident in English, to give you clear and confident English speech so that you can feel confident speaking English in meetings, presentations, job interviews, university, and anywhere else where you want confident English. And one of the main things that you can do to speak English clearly and with a British accent, if that's what you want to do, is learn how to take words like via and other more common everyday words that you use every time you speak English, discover how to pronounce them correctly, but then also to see how to integrate them into your everyday speaking like a native would, with native rhythm, native stress, native intonation. And if you want to see a playlist of tutorials that I've created for you to help you do this, watch this playlist up here right now, where you're going to see how to apply intonation to words in English, and also how to take many other common everyday words that you use in English and see how to actually pronounce them like a native, but then more importantly, how to integrate them into your everyday speaking like a native would. So check this video out next, and I'll see you here in just a second.